6, 7, 8.
Hello.
Hi there.
We are here. I'm Christine.
I'm Jamie.
We are here for Daughter of No Worlds.
Part 3.
Yeah, we're going to finish Daughter of No Worlds today.
Yep.
Daughter of No Worlds by Carissa Broadbent. What?
Ending. They said the climactic ending.
The climactic ending.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It actually is.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, chapter 49 until the end.
Woo!
And then we get to move on, and I get to read book 2 and 3, which I've not read yet.
Yeah, I love that. That's weird, but I love it.
Exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, what was I going to say to you?
Who knows?
Oh, I was going to say we're going to once in a while do episodes where we talk about books that we've read this year.
Yes. Random shorter episodes.
Yeah, I've read a lot of books this year, so there's always
You've read a lot.
And there's always so much that I want to talk about, and
Yeah.
I don't want to take up the time on our regular episodes. We're trying to talk about a series.
Yeah.
And so we're going to start doing every once in a while talking about the books that we've read and doing short, spoiler-free book reviews.
Ooh, do they all have... I guess they have to be spoiler-free.
They have to be spoiler-free because
Yeah.
we don't read the same books.
Right.
And not everyone listening is reading the same books.
Yes.
And so it's going to be kind of like a yes, no, maybe. Like,
Yeah.
yes, I recommend it. Maybe I recommend it, or no, I don't recommend it. So check those out. But
Highly recommend.
recommend the episode.
Yep. Already. I highly recommend it already.
But I got to do the final Daughter of No Worlds drink.
Yeah.
Of course, I called it the Tissanah.
Yes. She must. It's a must.
Yeah. And I needed to make it red because our original book cover is red
Yep.
with butterflies. Now we're going to take pictures and all of that today, and I totally forgot. I bought some butterflies to put with our drink.
Yeah.
You know, so we could have red butterflies, and I forgot them.
Yeah. A little bit into we were doing recording stuff. Like real things. Christine was just like, I forgot the butterflies.
The butterflies. So yeah, I wanted to decorate this red drink with the butterflies to represent Tissanah. But I'll tell you about it anyway. I made the drink anyway so that we could taste it. Yeah. So I made a rhubarb pisco sour.
It's very nostalgic.
The rhubarb?
Yeah.
Tell
Like
us.
childhood rhubarb. I can remember being our like aunt and uncle's backyard. And they would have rhubarb. And I remember like grandpa showing us that you could like eat it and like how to do it.
I mean, I didn't do that. That's not my memory.
No, but you were there.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I'm older, so I remember, but I just feel like that like is what I remember with like rhubarb and like showing it. And I remember they always had a plant in their backyard and we could eat it.
And dipping it in sugar.
Yes.
Yeah. There's a big rhubarb plant in my yard.
Yeah.
So I used that rhubarb. I made it myself.
Okay.
Okay.
That's pretty cool.
And I made a rhubarb simple syrup.
A family rhubarb.
A family rhubarb simple syrup. But we've been wanting to do a pisco sour for a really long time.
Yeah.
I tried to do it for a drink a long time ago, and then we ended up doing something else. So we've just had this big bottle of pisco sitting with us. And so, yeah, a pisco sour is kind of is a classic cocktail.
Yes.
So usually it's simple syrup, lime, and pisco, but I did a special one, so rhubarb simple syrup.
Very good.
Yeah, fresh lime juice.
To be fair, the first time we tried it, the egg whites weren't in it.
Yeah, we did egg whites this time.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, it's a bit citrusy. And then when you did the egg whites, I enjoyed it way more. If you're like a less citrusy person.
Right.
Yeah. I really, really liked it though.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, one thing I told you, because I was kind of confused, like, and my husband was asking me this too, like, what is pisco? Because I actually I had no idea. This was not on my radar.
Yeah.
As a amateur cocktail maker, former person
before
who didn't
when I would
drink
hear
cocktails.
pisco sour, I didn't realize like that it was an actual like other alcohol. I just thought it was like a name of a drink. Like I didn't know.
No,
Yeah.
pisco is a totally different liquor. So it's a grape-based liquor made in Chile and Peru. It's a type of brandy. It's and then I also had the question of like, okay, if it's made from grapes, like what's the difference between wine and pisco? And so I Googled that, and Google told me that wine is fermented while pisco is distilled, but they're both made from grapes.
It's kind of cool.
And I like it.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
I agree.
Yeah. And I think Tissanah would like it.
I do think she would as well.
Yeah, especially the butterflies.
Yeah. She would really enjoy the butterflies.
Yeah.
Once they get here.
Okay, do you want to talk about the book?
Yes. So, before they go on the boat trip, they do have a conversation where I call her Ray Ray. No, that's not her name.
Who?
Ray Ray.
Roche?
Roche, yes. But sometimes for short, I'll just put Ray Ray. Where she kind of asks her, like, what were you?
Are you thinking of Roche as a female?
Yeah.
I always thought of Roche as a male.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I did have, and I can't remember if we talked about this last episode, like, what does she, like, sound like? But Roche, I was like, that's a girl's name, no?
I don't know.
No, I mean, I also have, like, I have a gender neutral name.
I mean, it's, Roche is a form of power. Like, I don't think it's an actual. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or does it come out later that it is a girl?
No, but I just always, like, Roche, I was just always, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I just got, even I remember, like, reading the first time, I always had, yeah.
Okay.
But they had a conversation where it was like, what were you before? And Ray Ray says, I do not remember. Now I am only pieces of things incomplete. And then obviously, like, Tissanah can kind of, like, relate to that. And she says, like, fragments of Beltane, war of a country that no longer exists, bound to an order that only partially accepts me. Roche, I know perhaps we will make each other whole. Tissanah, daughter of no worlds. I just liked that part. But where she kind of asks her,
what are you?
Yeah. And then
we don't know.
Yeah. It's weird. Oh, that's what the point of this was. So then they're kind of having, like, that moment. And then Ray Ray says, you cut me out and you do it again, my butterfly. I will open his throat and lick his blood from your fingers.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I just wanted to point out that threat. It's very an aggressive threat. I think that's maybe also why I went towards female right away. Because I just kind of immediately, like, if I'm, like, relating it to myself and, like, as we see in these chapters, like, the jealousy from Roche.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm automatically, yeah, you know what I mean.
How you see it.
Yeah, so immediately I just think I was, like, female.
That quote kind of haunts Tissanah.
Yes.
Because now she's like, is Roche gonna retaliate and hurt him? So that's in the back of her mind. And she doesn't know how much she can say to him because it's also like, oh, Roche's just sitting there in my head. Is Roche listening? I don't know. Can I tell him this?
I feel like she is kind of aware, though, when Roche is present.
Yeah. And so she does end up telling him, but it's also like a risk of like, okay, I think Roche is maybe sleeping.
Yeah. So we can chat a little bit.
Maybe I can warn Max that Roche would like to lick his blood.
But anyways, they go on a boat trip.
Yeah, the gang goes for a boat trip, just, on a fun yacht.
Super close group of friends.
A foam party ensues.
Oh,
with some, what do you call them? Glow sticks.
Have you done that?
No.
Boat with the foam party and glow sticks?
No, but I would.
Yeah.
I would if I was going to Thorell on a big battle and he needed to let loose. I would like to suggest a foam party with glow sticks
I don't know
and
if it's safe on a
hallucinogens.
boat.
It's not, but that's the riskiness of it. Of like, we might die. Let's let loose.
I did do like a booze cruise in Mexico.
You did a booze cruise
in Mexico to like an island, and then you like partied at the island and came back. It was very unsafe.
And
there was no foam.
Why was it unsafe?
The boat was very rocky, and we were very intoxicated, and it wasn't like the biggest boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just really risky. So I'm just thinking of that. Like, and if you also threw foam on it, it would have been a disaster.
Yeah. 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 Okay. Well, that's not what actually happened. That's just in my head. One of the scenes that I really like was when they all had this encounter, I don't know, in this room on the boat, where like Zareth comes in, and we get this view of how much Max truly loathes Zareth.
Yep.
Okay, do you want to be Zareth or Max?
I'll be Zareth.
Okay.
This is my ship. I can crawl into the washroom with you, and I'd be well within my rights. And that aside, I don't appreciate your tone. Remember who you're speaking to.
Right. Zareth Aldris, Arch-Commandant Zareth Aldris, the man who once went out on a reconnaissance mission with 5 of his most talented military peers. His most talented competition, and, conveniently, was the only one to return alive. The man who forced me back to my family home to get me out of his way. The man who advocated for my imprisonment, even though he knew perfectly well the truth of what had happened in Sarlazai that day. Zareth Aldris, the man who befriended a teenage Tissanah in slavery and proceeded to leave her there. Not once, not twice, but 4 damn times. And then had worn that lazy little smile as he tried to force her to her knees in front of everyone that she so desperately wanted to impress, just because he could.
Ooh, I don't think he likes him.
He hates him.
I mean, same.
But I liked that quote because it was just a great insight into Zareth.
Yeah, really just calling out his awful character.
We've gotten pieces so far, and we get hints and pieces, but this was like a little bit for me like a grand speech, a declaration of this is who he is.
Yeah.
This is how he responds to things, and so we really get a clear direction on how we view this character now.
Yeah. And it just really gives Max more points than he needs at this point.
Now, that was him in his head. He didn't say this to him.
Yep, doesn't matter.
But
still gets lots of points for that.
He still does get snippy with him.
Yes.
And kind of like, get out of here. And Zareth is like, I can be here. And he's like, nah. You know? And they kind of have their thing. And then Tissanah has a reaction to Max. And how he reacts to Zareth in that situation.
Okay.
And so she has some thoughts in her head. And they also obviously have a conversation. But she says, I watched Max as he slumped back down into the crate, my teeth gritted. So stupid in that uniquely male uniquely male way to sink to getting into a dick-waving contest instead of stopping to think about what that would mean. Gods, what a privilege that must be. I may have had the ability to decay flesh, a thought that made me shudder, but I still lack the freedom that would let me behave so carelessly. So she's mad at Max being like, oh, you get to just say whatever you want and do whatever you want.
I do really love that.
Step up to Zareth.
Yeah, which is just...
Okay, you get to have this dick-waving contest. Good for you. And then he has the audacity to be like, yeah, well, he's treating you like shit. Tissanah's like, yeah, well, I don't get to react in the way that you get to react. I don't get to do that. And then she has
just such a very true...
It's so insightful, right?
Yeah, just for the world.
I don't get to do that.
No.
And because he's like, why aren't you fighting for it? The consequences are different.
Yeah. If you do it compared to when I do it. For so many different reasons when she does it.
Right.
Yeah.
And then she has a secondary reaction where she says to herself, it was easier to be angry at Max for doing what I couldn't than to think about all that implied. Than to think about what those people made me and what my servitude, my slavery would force me to do. Because that just made me feel sick. No matter how many times I told myself that it would all be worth it if it meant freeing those that I left behind. So she's kind of like, okay, I could sit here and be mad at Max because he has the privilege to yell at Zareth, but like, is that where my energy needs to go? Right? It's easier because she has a relationship with him to get mad at him.
Yeah.
That's where like she's like comfortable and safe to do that. But it's like, that's not where your emotional anger should go to.
No, and that's very evolved of her
to
she's like
smart.
Realize and think that. Because in that I'm like, no, I gotta be pissed.
No, you're right. You're right the first time.
Fuck you guys.
Yeah.
This is annoying. But no, yeah, that's very like evolved of her to just be aware of that and like where I'm going to. Which I mean, the whole time we have just seen like I think like her emotional intelligence with things,
Totally.
which is one of the reasons I do like her, because people underestimate her, especially coming like with her like language barrier and can't saying things
Yeah.
the correct way. But she's just see it constantly, like her intelligence and how she thinks about things and how to approach things. She's very like self-aware.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, Nura and Tissanah have a conversation about Zareth.
Mm-hmm.
And this was so wonderful. I love this Nura quote.
Yes, I did actually share this on my updated Goodreads
Okay.
because I did love this quote so much.
Okay. You want to say this one?
Yes. Men want power because it makes them feel good. Women want power because it lets us do things. Facts.
Yeah, she's speaking about Zareth's motivation.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He's always just like worrying about himself, worrying about what makes him feel good and what he wants to do.
Yeah.
And she's basically saying to Tissanah, like, be smarter.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we have to grind.
Yeah.
We have to grind to get this piece of power, and it's so that we can do the basic things, whereas he gets to have the privilege of just like, oh, this is nice.
Yeah. And we do come back, I feel like a couple times, just even during the rest of the book, like come back to that almost, even though Nura is, she's not like the bad guy, but you don't trust her.
Right.
Like, you know, she has other
motives.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I just wanted to comment on the Sirzin. So they are blind.
They have no eyes.
Yes, they have no eyes. This is just like a fun thing that which I think you have taken the Slaying the Vampire Conqueror.
Mm-hmm.
Carissa Broadbent. So the lead female in that is also blind with her eyes taken out. So I'm just like, oh, it's kind of interesting. Obviously, same author. That these characters are, so they're more interesting to me reading it this time. Yeah. Because I've read that book and kind of like how it works. And like the Slaying the Vampire Conqueror is part of the Daughters of Nyxia. I don't know if I'm saying it right. It's like whole, like her serpents.
Yeah, Serpent of the Wings of the Night.
Yes, that whole series. But seeing these characters in this, I was like, oh, that's the same as.
Interesting.
Yeah. So it's a very, just if anyone else is interested in reading more about the blind magic, which is interesting. Slaying the Vampire Conqueror, the female lead in that. But how they like describe the magic and how there's like layers and strings. I don't know. There is a big description of it, but it's very interesting.
Right. So in this book, Daughter of No Worlds, they're able to see through deeper layers.
Yes, of magic.
And by removing the eyes, they get to access it.
Yeah, which is the same as the other one. So it's just, it's super, like, it's interesting.
All right.
They hold hands. That was my other thing that was pretty exciting.
When do they hold hands?
She goes up. They're both up in the middle of the night, and she almost steps on his head because he's lying on the deck, I guess, looking at the stars. They lie down, and they're like hands brush, and then they hold hands. Mm-hmm. These are the quotes that I write down. I'm not going to read the quote about it, but... Oh, my other thing, which I do enjoy, that we do find out what her, like, power is from Riche. The rot, right? Yep. Because, like, it ends up being on Max. Mm-hmm. So I was like, do we do a crossover episode? Tissanah versus Slade.
Dueling rots?
Dueling rot. A rot off. Right? Isn't that exciting?
I didn't even think of that when I thought of her rot.
It's a different type of rot. Like, let's see who's more damaging. Yeah. Right? You know how you get like those, it'd be like Saved by the Bell and whatever, and they would do the crossovers. Or like when SVU and
Law and Order SVU.
Law and Order SVU and Law and Order like just original do a crossover.
Yeah, I hate when they do that.
I know, because then you have to watch both of them. But if you watch both seasons, it's great. Guys, big opportunity here.
Whose rot is better? Yeah, that is actually disturbing and disgusting, and how she's like, "Ooh, it smells."
Oh, it sounds so gross. And I had completely forgotten that's what her thing was. I was like, oh my god, right.
Okay, well, with that said, let's talk about the first battle.
Yeah, more rot.
They do get to go to her former homeland,
Yes.
Nizarene.
Mm-hmm.
So she gets to show Max that, which is really sweet. And then that is quickly overshadowed because they encounter a Nizarene building in a different place that is now being used and holding slaves.
Yes. And they kind of put the decision on her. If they're going to attack, if they're going to keep going. I love that Max does look to her and is kind of like, this belongs to you. I only move when you tell me to.
Yeah, isn't he the best?
He is literally the best. And I remember reading these.
Literally the best.
Yes.
What do you want to do? Oh, this is your life? What would you like?
Yeah.
This is the most important thing. Oh.
I'm going to stand here with my weapon. You tell me if you want me to go kill these people or not.
Okay. That makes me happy. I'm reading a book right now that's the opposite. So now that you're saying that, now it's making me more angry.
Yeah. Because and I forgot how much I loved him.
Book.
Yeah.
But this book,
just if you
Max
compare him
so
to
great.
other book boyfriends,
yeah,
he's 100% like at the top.
Yeah.
And then after this whole fight, she like wakes up and she's like, I want to go see like the people. He's like, okay, let's go. Doesn't even question, say, you should rest or like something. He's like, okay.
I know best.
Yeah, no, he's like, okay, it just takes her.
Yeah.
Yes. Max Ontario Farleone.
Oh, you actually respect and think she says things of value?
Yeah. She knows what she's talking about and what she wants and needs.
Wow.
We love you.
Okay. So she does decide to stay.
They decide to fight.
What I wrote was Tissanah kills everybody with
Yep.
with her wrought butterflies and her cool sword.
Mm-hmm.
And Richer takes over, and then Samarin has to do his bone goo thing to stop her.
Yeah. And Richer, I just love constantly, is just like, now.
Yeah.
And like, more. And I'm like, it reminds me of like when kids are in the car. Like, are we there yet?
Yeah.
Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
And
I don't have kids.
And now, can I kill everybody?
Yeah. Now. I do have another part. I mean, I could talk about it later, but I don't know, because it did kind of happen where I noticed it with this. So one of the slave people, she believes, is the one that took her when she was a child.
Oh, yeah, one of the guys.
Yeah.
One of the slavers.
Yes. So when she kills him, she's like, look at me. She's like, I thrust the blade in his face. And then he's like, don't kill, or she is killing him. And he's like, don't kill me. She's like, he wept, and there was no recognition in his eyes. But so kind of the part where she says, look at me, I feel like we see this like reference a bunch of times, and we do see it like later on. Because when she was killing Ismaris, that's right, like what she did.
Mm-hmm.
Reference quite a bit. And how it's interesting that she does say it so many times, and then she does say, remember me, and then kills him.
Oh yeah, now that you said that, and this is skipping to the end part where she kills Ismaris' son.
Yes.
And yeah, she says like, tell him hello for me, or like tell him I sent
tell
you.
Ismaris I said hello.
Yeah, something like that.
And when she does get there, and that whole part happens, again she realizes, oh, they don't recognize me. There's just like a couple times in here where she's just like, they have no idea who I am. Someone like, she's lived there pretty much her entire life.
Yeah, and she also references that when she's talking about her family.
Yeah.
And how like they're just like gone and invisible and not thought of, and how that pressure, and she doesn't call it pressure, but it seems like it, of like, I need to fulfill whatever duty I have to them to not be unseen and not be forgotten.
Yeah.
And so like, even though she's living, she's noticing those things for herself.
Yeah. Just like the constant, like, I just can't imagine that like such a big moment in your life where this person had that much of an effect on you. There's just like no recognition. Like, I didn't even make a blip on their radar.
Well, isn't that like so many people's experiences when you talk about like trauma and being a victim of like, you know, it's such a pivotal point in your life, and yet it may not have been anything to that person that made it.
Yeah. It's such like not a blunt statement, but just such a true statement, I want to say.
What, look at me?
Just look at me. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's really like all she wants.
Mhm.
Oh, and my other thing was, so it sounds like it's all like crazy and she's killing people and she's like, oh, I'm like all. Then it switches to Max's point of view and he's like, I was looking at a fucking goddess. She's like, she looked beautiful.
You're doing great, sweetie.
Yeah. She's like, I'm all over the place, butterflies and rotting people. It's like, oh my god, you're great.
Okay, let's talk about a really, really sweet moment. Max finally tells us the significance of the garden.
This might be like my most favorite, one of my top book story quotes. It's kind of like a little story.
Good.
And it's so beautiful.
Yeah, it's a big chunk of my notes.
Yeah.
Like half my notes is about this garden story.
This book is only about the garden, right?
Yeah, when he starts to describe the story to Tissanah, I tried to summarize it, and I was like, so basically he's saying to Tissanah, so I was drinking and fighting and fucking my way through the city.
I came across these paintings.
Right? Stumbled into this place. But he also, within that quote, he says something about a Sevasy den.
I didn't even pick up on
Okay,
that.
it caught my eye, and I was like, I need to write that down and be like, what is a Sevasy den?
I don't remember reading that. What is it?
Is that like an opium den?
Oh, maybe. That makes sense.
I assume.
Oh, I thought you were going to give me an answer.
No.
You didn't Google this.
No.
Oh, why would you do that?
I don't know. I just thought it was like a made up thing. You know, where he goes and does drugs in a den because he's so off his rocker.
That's what it is.
Okay, Jamie just Googled it, and it's not. We can't find anything about it, so I think it is just a made up. No, I just thought it was funny. There's just like sometimes in fantasy books, there's just these like made up things.
That does sound like what it would be, though.
Yeah, he went to a drug house. I really liked the quote where we get to reference Max's sensitivity to weather again.
I like how aware he is of it as well.
Yeah, and like no shame.
Yeah, like everyone knows how I feel about it, so.
It was a frigid winter this year, so I was wandering around the streets of the capital, shivering like a drowned rat. Pause. As we all know, I'm not made for that. It's like, I was at my ground zero, and I was struggling, but it was winter, and you know how I don't like those winters.
You know how my body is with that.
And then we get the continuation of the garden story where he stumbles into the bakery where they had been setting up the night to display this random man's painting.
Yeah, and he's just like, oh, he wasn't that good, but he's just painting these pictures of his wife.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
I would like to say that when he did say that, just like, yeah, he's clearly an amateur painter kind of thing, I did feel defensive of the man. I do remember feeling like,
at least he's doing something, Max.
You were pretty drunk.
Could have been amazing.
This man is trying to display his paintings, and you're calling him an amateur.
Yeah.
And what did he call the lady?
The man?
No, he called her something. Oh, his plain wife. He's just like giving them jabs.
Yeah, you really didn't need to. It's kind of rude.
Anyway. Do you want to, I don't know, do you want to read Max's words?
But there was something. Okay, wait. Am I going to be Max?
Sure.
But there was something very genuine about them. I could just picture him slaving over every little blobby line.
Okay,
No, don't do that. You don't like it?
sounds sexual.
No. Okay. But there was something genuine about them. I could just picture him slaving over every little blobby line. I was very drunk. But what really did me in was when I was looking at this one enormous painting, a real labor of love, and the date written on it. It was the same day as Sarlazai? Sarlazai, right? That's what we're going to call it? Sarlazai. It was the same day as Sarlazai. While I was off in the mountains doing, well, that, somewhere miles away, this man was just sitting in his garden, painting his plain wife with the reverence fitting of a fucking goddess. And that just hit me. It hit me so hard that I wept like a heartbroken 14-year-old girl because I had forgotten.
Forgotten what?
I had forgotten that people could be that way. I had forgotten that someone somewhere was painting terrible pictures of their wife in a garden. I was so far gone that I didn't even remember that kind of mundane contentment actually existed, least of all in the same moments as such terrible things. I didn't exactly have a wife I could ask to flop around on benches for me, and I can't paint for shit. But after I cried myself to depletion and sobered up, I thought to myself, well, I can make a garden.
Oh.
I mean, when you get past all the rude remarks about the painting and the wife, it's a beautiful...
And the 14-year-old girls.
I like that comparison. Because I get that. Like, when you cry like a 14-year-old girl, like...
14-year-old boys cry too, okay?
I know, but I feel like I was pretty dramatic about my crying.
You were.
Yeah. You're welcome. Very vocal. The world is over.
The charm of this quote is...
like the last part of it.
The idea of there's you get caught up in shit and thinking that things are really important.
Mm-hmm.
And you get to a point in your life where you go, oh, actually that's not that important. There were these other things that are actually more important. And then he just went back to basics of like, maybe if I just dive into this garden and I focus on that, like he just started focusing on something different.
Not that it's not important, because I think what happened on that day to him was a huge life-changing moment, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I kind of took it as, but life can still continue and like beautiful things can still happen even on days when like the ugliest things happen.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I was taking it as because he was at that point in his life so consumed with like, I want to be the next arch commandant. And I'll do anything I can to do it, including taking on Roche. And that was my whole world, and I was caught up in that, and Nura was my
but I thought
partner,
he was
and I was
drinking
not.
And drunk because his whole family died.
Yeah, but the idea is he's seeing this on the same day that this, that I was in this battle. This guy was at home painting his wife.
Yeah.
And so what was I doing?
Yeah. Okay.
Right?
No, I can get that too.
Okay. That's interesting.
I enjoy the interpretation.
Yeah.
That's what art is.
Yeah. Does that bring you back to English class?
It brings you back to art class.
Art class?
Yeah.
Okay.
Interpretations. How people meet, like, right? Like, I just think it's... And English, actually. Yeah, you're right. Both. Brings me back.
But the end of this conversation I really loved, because then Max gets to clarify. You gave me that same feeling, Tissanah. Not right away, though I admit. Okay, what does this mean?
The snip snip?
Yeah.
Because remember when she was at the house, she wanted scissors when she first got there?
Oh.
And she kept with the snip snip, trying to explain to him what she wanted.
Though I admit it says snip snip, was fairly charming from the beginning, but a couple of weeks later when you told me why you had come to Ara and what you planned to do, I'd just forgotten that people could be that way, that there were people who just wanted to do something good for the world.
Well, that's not a compliment. You bring me to life, Tissanah.
And maybe that's why I interpreted that quote that way, because of also this part.
Yes.
It was like, I forgot about that other part of life.
Yeah.
Where people were like hopeful and good and like...
Yeah. I think even just that like story and quote can say so many different things.
Yeah.
Like in how you can take it. I love that. So yeah, they do that and then they start getting real close.
Oh, you mean it's time for sexy time?
It's time for sexy time. But first things get a little weird.
They get a little bit weird before they turn good.
Yeah, because then Tissanah is just like, oh, like saying all these things. And then Max is like, this isn't what I want.
Yeah, and it ends the chapter.
Yeah, which is what every girl wants to hear.
No, they start back to it. No.
Yeah, which is like when you're like holding their face on top of them.
You're like, this is it. This is
Yeah,
it.
it's gonna happen.
No.
No, this is not what I want. Oh, cool. Yeah, same.
No,
Yeah.
I totally I was just joking.
Yeah. I'll just get off of you now. But he does.
Yeah,
and all
that
works
was a
out.
good chapter cliffhanger, though.
Yeah. This isn't what I want. Ooh.
Max says, I never expected this from you, Tissanah. Almost every single person in your life has used you, and I'm not. This isn't. And then he thinks, and I wouldn't be another one of those people unwittingly. Oh, no, he doesn't. And I wouldn't be another one of those people unwittingly or not.
Which, yes, Max, bravo. I love this.
So basically, he's trying to be a good person.
Yeah.
Saying this isn't what I want, but it's really just like trying to protect her.
Yeah.
You know.
And like I don't want to push you, or I don't want to make you feel, and like, good for you. And then I just have surprise. They're in love, and Max is the best, and just it's the cutest, sweetest things ever.
Well, yeah, I just wanted to include, like, you know, that moment in the romantic books where it's like the build up,
Yes.
and then you have the moment where it's like, wow, and they embrace, and they suck each other's faces off. So we get that.
Yeah. Thank God.
And he basically says to her, like, we could just forget the last, like, minute. Like, you could take that back. And she's like,
No.
But thank God for Tissanah that she stands her ground. And she's like, is that what you want to forget? She's like, give me that. She doesn't say that. Max thinks, terror, sheer terror. This isn't what I want, because that look always pierced through every lie, and it went so far beyond a kiss or touch or an embrace or sex. If I opened that door, I would be handing her something so much deeper than that. And I knew the opposite was true too, that I was being entrusted with something precious.
Max?
No, that isn't what I want. And with those words, the tension snapped. We both moved at once.
Tent now.
Hell, who was I to question?
And they went and did it in the tent.
Yeah.
You want to know what my favorite part is?
Doing it?
Nope, when he left the tent.
When he left the tent.
And he's just strutting back to his tent. And then Samron's still up. And he's like, Max, what's this? Points to his tent. And Max is like, I knew this wasn't going anywhere good. So he's like, I'd love to play this game, but I've got all kind of important things to do. And Samron says, this is a tent. A shelter constructed of fabric. Fabric is a material not known for its sound dampening qualities. You're lucky that I'm the only one close enough to hear. I just enjoyed that.
Poor Samron.
It's like, that is why I'm up right now.
I heard your humping.
Yeah.
I heard your humping.
And Max just tries to be respectful, like, I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't even know what humping is.
Yeah.
Do you have a definition?
I was just going out for a little stroll.
But there's a quick reality check, because we got a battle to go to.
Yeah, but Ray Shay also lets Tissanah know before that she's pissed, because she gets a little snippet of a memory of his hand on her stomach, I think.
Oh, right. Riche doesn't like that they did it.
Yeah, and keeps, like, replaying that, like, 1 second that they're able to, like, see in Tissanah's memory.
Yeah, that they're kind of, like, Riche thinks that they're bonding without them.
Yeah.
And so they're like,
Yeah, you're turning, like, just...
You're turning against me.
And pretty much, it's like, I'm gonna go away, I'm not helping you. And Tissanah's like, shit, I need you for... this day. It says, I was giving you what you asked of me. I gave you what you wanted, and you gave yourself to him. The two of you conspiring against me.
Riche is paranoid.
Super paranoid, super jealous.
Untrustworthy.
Yeah, it totally makes sense.
Totally someone you want in your head.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah. And then also, Zareth leaves.
Oh my god, wasn't that like such a...
Oh, guys, I gotta go. I'm gonna just go back with the guys we rescued. Help them out. And Tissanah's like, oh, but you traveled 6 months sometimes over here, and now you're just like, oh.
But this was like such good character like understanding by Carissa Broadbent, where as soon as Zareth is like, well, they don't talk the same language and I can talk it, so I'm gonna go with them. And immediately, like as the audience, you're like, that's not true.
Yeah.
And I think as I was reading, I was like, that's such a good nod to just her writing, that she doesn't have to say things that are obvious a lot of the times, that you do get good understanding of who these characters are, that you can just like
by him doing that,
you can make connections on your own as you're reading, or like infer things.
Yeah. And I did enjoy though when he said, oh, I've set everything up for the party and blah blah blah. Mm-hmm. He's like, if I recall correctly, you're very fond of dramatic statements at fancy parties. I was just like, oh, that's a pretty good line.
I mean, it's true, but it's also like, oh, he's just saying that he's doing the same thing that Tissanah is doing.
Oh,
where
yeah.
They're both trying to like manipulate each other into doing the things that they want.
Yeah. And he's seen, okay, I know what she can do now.
Yeah.
And like what kind of tool I can use her as, so.
I'm done here.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So this is where we encounter Azine Mikov as Maris' son.
Yes.
And basically he looks almost the same as Maris, just more evil.
Because you know why?
Why?
He has an eye patch, which is a bad guy accessory.
Bad guy accessory 101.
Yeah.
Eye patch.
It's gold and glittering.
Oh, it does glitter.
Yep. Yes, there was that eye patch. Gold and glittering beneath the moody candlelight.
Ugh.
And yeah, if you don't know he's a bad guy by now.
Now you know.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. So the gang is all trying to get the slaves out as Tissanah is distracting with her dancing, while also revealing her slavery and talking about that. But all goes awry because they're poisoned.
Yes, which, before we go to that, I do want to point out, because I loved this. As she's looking back, how he talked about how, like, the look at me like that, and she's realizing they're not knowing who she is. She sees
Cyril?
Yep. And says, he stood shoulder to shoulder with Azine's other guards. I recognized many of them, and their recognition reflected back at me. They saw what the lords did not. I just enjoyed that, like, kind of reference and quote that obviously they're going to see exactly.
They see everything.
Yeah, which has always been the case. And everyone else is just...
It's sort of like this position of power. Almost, maybe it's like a thing where you don't, because people you think are below you, like slaves and your servants, that you don't pay attention to all the details and who they are and their faces and all these things, but those people pay attention.
Yeah. And then look what happens to you.
Right.
And I just do like her dramatic start to the dance. She's like, I threw my head back and drank the wine, wiping the crimson that stained my red lips with the back of my hand. I let the glass shatter onto the marble floor as I strode into the center of the room.
Ugh.
Like, I wish I could do that for something. I
want to do that too.
Right? Like, I don't know what, for what, but...
Okay, let's put that on our bucket list. Chug a glass of wine, throw it to the ground, do an outfit reveal, one of those ones where you just like pull it at the front and it goes...
Yeah.
And then you wear unitard. I don't know if it has to be unitard, but at least the chugging, the throwing the glass, and walking away.
Yes, I mean
that probably would dance. So good. Yeah, you could dance.
Yeah, maybe if I have a wedding one day, we'll do it.
you and me.
Yeah. We'll surprise the groom.
Just make it about us.
Yeah. This is for you, but not really.
Surprise, this is what you wanted. A sister dance. And
unitards. Watch out, kids.
Oh, okay. Anyway.
Then she's like, oh, I killed your dad. And then magic, gone.
Right. And then she's like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Eventually she's able to access Roché, right?
Yes, because when she ends up getting taken back into the room, and this was really smart of her, she sees the white desk.
Yeah.
And so she's like, I know how to make Roché pay attention. by staring at the white desk as she's getting whipped, like with the pain, because when Roche would flash back to memories, it was always like a white room, and same thing. So she sees the white desk. I like how she kind of puts that together, so that like gets Roche's attention. Like in that moment where she's like, I might die or get whipped or whatever. And she's like, white desk. Nope. She's like, I know what's gonna, and she acts exactly to make that happen. Draw Roche out, and then tells Maris I said hi.
Yeah.
So bad guy dies.
And so she rots a zine.
Mm-hmm.
Yay! But then Roche takes over. And Nura and Samarin go to safety.
Mm-hmm.
And so now who's left is just Tissanah and Roche and Max. And that's it. Everybody's trying to escape.
I do, when they're like figuring stuff out because they're kind of like locked up, just Nura's reaction when she realizes that Tissanah's using power, even with the, I think it's Chrysalis? But Nura gasps. So it's Max like, Nura gasps beside me. Even with the Chrysalis? That's remarkable. Remarkable. It was horrifying. Like, he just has the total opposite reaction where she's like, oh, this is great for us. She's so powerful. Who cares?
Yeah,
we
she
might
has
die
so
soon.
much power. And he's like, yeah, but is she okay? Yeah, different priorities.
Yeah.
One of the things, so I read Daughter of No Worlds for the first time in February of 2025. Right now we're recording this in June 2025. I had no recollection of this what is it?
Not a dragon.
Snake.
Yeah.
The snake.
You have dragon. I was like,
dragon. Okay. See, even writing, I had finished the book for the second time 4 days before I did these notes, and I wrote dragon.
Yeah. No, not dragon.
This is a nod to my memory, my lack of memory, both in the short term and apparently in the long term.
Yeah.
Because I had no recollection of this.
Max is a third eye.
What?
Yeah.
What?
He said he has a third eye.
Oh, because of the blinking thing.
Yeah, because he said, and then I opened my third eye, and then that's when he...
Oh, and then I was like, oh, the necklace. Because there's a snake hidden in the necklace.
Yeah.
I didn't put that together when we read the necklace scene.
Oh, and then when he makes his, like, fire things when they're in the water, he does a snake.
Oh, see, I didn't... I'm so smart. Didn't put any of that together. Okay, one of the things I wanted to ask you, when she, like, deep dives into, like, where is Roche? And she's being, like, kept out.
Mm-hmm.
She goes into this place and finds Roche.
Yeah.
But then I, like, was like, what happens at the end? Like, has she conquered Roche? Like, do we not know? Like, how is this going to play out? Because
she kind of sees, like, the outline of a figure that speaks to her.
Okay.
That we assume is Roche.
Okay.
Like, at the very depths, and then eats the heart.
Yeah.
See, I can't really remember because it has been a while.
I was confused.
But I was just like, I think it is, like, almost that she took in Roche's power more and more control by doing that.
That's what I was wondering. Like, I was like, that's why I said, has she conquered Roche? Like, is she...
I can't really remember, but I think it's more like the Roche's, like, subconscious or actual who Roche was kind of being like, someone needs to kind of take... We get so much more from Roche in the future, like an understanding where Roche came from.
Okay.
So I think that was like Roche's, like, soul or, like, core kind of being like, we need help.
Okay, so maybe we're supposed to be left a little bit confused. Yeah. And then we'll get clarity more as time goes on.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I think that part always kind of remains, like, a bit confusing. But maybe not. We'll find out. There is just a part before that kind of happens where Roche... I think this part where I was just, like, felt so empathetic. Where I was like, poor Ray. No? Ray? Call Ray?
I mean, you can.
But where Roche says, why do they always do this to me? Okay, it does say, why do they always do this? Bleh. Why do they always do this to me? Her voice wept. So it does say her.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Why do I have he in my head?
So yes, why do they always do this to me? Her voice wept. Why do they always use me and discard me? It wavered so much that it could have been her. It could have been the trace of an accent that I heard. My heart leapt and broke at once. And it was just so, like, sad to kind of, like, even though obviously, like, Rashee's kind of very an out of control thing, but to just that, like, feeling of that. It's just kind of sad. And then, like, a princess, Max kisses Tissanah, and everything's okay. Well, it's not, because all this other stuff happens, but I just laughed at that part. He's like, and then I'm, like, gonna kiss her.
Yeah.
Then that stuff does
That'll
happen.
work.
Yeah. I was just like a princess, Max.
It is very fairy tale-ish.
Yeah. Kiss her and everything will be fine.
And she calls him my mysterious snake man.
Oh, I love that part.
And he says, mysterious snake man, you shall now always address me by this title.
Okay, but then the follow-up, which is also great. Oh. So this is like a minute after that. And so, she said expectantly, so what? So, mysterious snake man, ascended above, give me a minute, demanding rock goddess.
Demanding rock goddess?
Rot goddess.
Oh, rot goddess.
Oh, you guys are so cute.
Yeah. We do get a nod to Tissanah kind of confirming that Zareth left at like sneakily and was not really telling the truth.
Yes.
Do you have something before that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Her reunion with Cyril.
Oh, yeah.
Just because I did love, he comes in and she's just like, oh my God, like I did all these things that I did. And he says, look at me, look at me, look at me to her. Warm fingers tilted my chin, just as they had that terrible day 7 months ago. Just as they had on the day. Clear blue eyes greeted me like a gulp of water in the middle of a desert. Cyril smiled at me and something inside of me split open. I threw myself against him and buried my face in his tanned neck, into the skin that smelled like my home, into an embrace that felt like dreams solidified. And with all my body and soul I wept. So it's like then it kind of switches from that such like a negative from that like sentence.
To look at me,
yeah, into something like where she's like, I can't look at you for everything I've done, but he's like, no, like you need to do that, and that's like her family.
Oh, what a nice thread through.
Right? Big fan of that.
Yeah.
So I love that.
I love him. I love them.
Oh, and then Max has like a dream where it's like, is it a dream or is he almost dying and kind of sees his sister?
Uh-huh.
Where she's like, yeah, we like don't blame you. But I just feel like the description
Of the cocoon and the butterfly?
That not even, it's just, so it's, where is it? He's just kind of talking and like watching his sister and she's showing him all the different like
insects,
yes.
Animals.
Yeah. And so he's like an expression that like so many of hers I recognize as my own. My chest hurt, reality banged on the door, but I wanted to be here for one more minute, even though she was starting to float away, layers of her dissolving into mist. And he's like, tell me what revolting thing this one does. I said, desperate to call her back. Just like, there's more to it, but the description, I was like, that's just so, it was such a good description of like when you're having a dream like that, especially when it's someone or that you've lost, you're able to see that in that dream and you're trying so hard to hold on to it when you're like coming out of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just the way like she writes it and describes it, I was like, it was just so good. Like you could just like feel how he's just trying to like hang on to that so much. And I mean, at this point he also is close to death, so it could really be her. Yeah. But then it kind of does be like, he's like, it wasn't me. And she's like, yeah, you're an idiot, we know. But I just think that part was very like well written, how she described it. And then, yeah, I think we are given a lot of kind of little sneak things into what'll happen.
Was Zareth?
Nura kind of says something to Max where she's like, but it's the truth, and no matter what happens when we get home, it still will be. And he's very much like, there's something about the way she said it. Like he knows some things.
She knows something or she suspects something.
Yeah, where she's not telling Max the entire truth, and he's like, I'm very aware of just like how she kind of said that.
Yeah, and then Tissanah is basically telling her, like, yeah, I think Zareth did this on purpose. I
Yeah.
think he left on purpose because of his own desires, own means, whatever was happening with
And then we find out that
Azine.
also the orders have taken over or purchased the whole like estate or whatever.
Ah. Okay, so that just leaves us off in this book going like, okay, what is Zareth up to? What is the orders up to? Do you want to read the last line of the song?
Yeah. Oh, that's not the last line, really.
It isn't? I thought
I
it
mean,
was.
it is for that part.
My name is Tissanah. I am a free woman and yet still a slave. I am fragments of many things, but a whole of only myself. I am a daughter of no worlds and all worlds. I am not done yet.
Woo! But then we get the little last part where it's Sarah's point of view.
Oh, I don't remember.
So he meets with the queen and they don't like what she's saying because she's like, no, I want to protect my people.
Oh, right.
Yeah. And then him and Tare are kind of like giving eyes, like something's going on. So there's, oh, and then he talks about Nira and how Nira kind of set up the, because he was like, he didn't like the Max idea and how she set that up. How Nira had returned to the tower and calmly stated that they had their precaution. Tissanah, if you have her, she had said, then you have him. It's just how he works, and we'll have a grip on her that's ironclad. It was so shamelessly cold that Zareth had to admire it. And then, so he's at the last part, sits down to write a letter and says, by the time you read this, he wrote, Sesri, the queen.
Sesri, yeah.
Yeah, says, by the time you read this, he wrote, Sesri will be dead. And he said, wah,
You added that part in, though.
I didn't. Casting call. Casting call.
Okay, we are here for our last Daughter of the World's casting call. Of course, we have the rest of the series, but just this book. We are doing Zareth and Moth.
Yeah.
Zareth and Moth.
Yeah. Do you want to do Zareth just because I have Zareth pulled up already?
Okay, sure.
Okay, you go first.
Oh, you just said you haven't pulled up already.
I know, but now I just want to know who you have first.
The person that I always imagined as Zareth is not the description in the book. And
I totally didn't go by it. I don't even know how he's described. Mine's
the second time reading the book, I was like, he's blonde?
Oh. No.
Okay, so I always imagined Giancarlo Esposito, who we cast a few times in the Plated Prisoner series. Yep. That is just always who I had imagined in my head.
He's a great bad guy.
He's a great bad guy. I love him.
Yep.
Giancarlo Esposito. Go check him out.
So okay. I, for whatever reason, always picture from the Spice Girls movie. They're like manager Richard E. Grant.
Yes.
Dude, like.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the first time I read it. That's just who I like. Someone that kind of resembled him. So yeah, he is now I think almost 70. But yeah, that's who I picture is him from the Spice Girls movie.
So both of us should both get jobs at the movie studio.
Yep. We really went with it. And I'm pretty sure him and Max are supposed to be like the same age.
Yeah, no, yeah.
No. Not even close.
Okay. Okay, Moth. Okay, so my Moth is Bobby Hill from King of the Hill.
Oh, that's so good. I can totally see like, oh,
that's who I imagined.
I'm so sorry I did this.
That's all I have.
Okay, that's, yeah. Mine is Jacob Batalon. I don't know if I'm saying it right. It's in like Spider-Man. What's the show? There's something a vampire. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
I just want to like shout out his credits a little bit. Spider-Man Far From Home, Reginald the Vampire. He was in like a rom-com thing too. Anyways,
Okay, what does he look
you know
like?
who he is.
I have no idea who that is.
What? Really? No? Oh, I love him. I've seen him in a few things. Oh,
It's a good choice.
Really not as exciting that you don't know who he is. I was so excited.
I'm so sorry.
To share this with you. And you don't know who he is. Okay.
No idea.
Oh. Let It Snow. It's on Netflix. It's a teenage Christmas movie.
Okay, well maybe
You've
other
never seen
people
the
will
Spider-Man
know.
movies?
I don't watch Spider-Man movies, Jamie.
You should.
I just watched the first one with what's his name?
Kirsten Tobey Maguire?
Tobey Maguire.
Oh my god, there's been so many.
I've just been watching that for the first time, and I didn't watch the whole thing. And it's because Freddie likes Spider-Man. That's the only reason that.
Okay, well, he needs to watch the Tom Holland ones.
He's 3.
Yep, doesn't matter. He needs to watch Tom Holland ones.
He watches the Amazing Spider-Man, which is a cartoon where there's 3 little tiny Spider-Men.
Yes, and there is also the cartoon Spider-Man movie, which is very good with Miles.
Okay.
Well, this is just one day you are gonna get more excited about my pick when
About your Marvel picks.
Freddie wants to actually watch the Tom Holland Spider-Man and get into Avengers.
Okay.
Just you wait, and you'll be like, "Oh my god, that's such a good choice, Jamie."
Okay, MVP.
Max.
That was quick.
Yeah. Just his support really meant a lot to me.
Just his healthy relational dynamics and his effective communication skills.
Yeah. And like his awareness about his
courtesy and consideration of Tissanah.
Yeah, and just like he's like aware, like, I don't like these things, or I don't, like, he's aware of himself, which is nice.
Yeah. I don't like bad weather.
Yeah. And he's not embarrassed to be like, you know how I am.
You know how I be.
I don't like it.
Mine was similar. It was Max's snake.
Oh, I mean, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Surprise, I have a snake. Oh, I am a snake.
Yeah.
I have an extra eyelid.
Yeah. Which we didn't talk about, but it's technically a gift from Ray Shay.
Yes.
Which is why I kept it hidden for so long. But I'm happy that it's out.
It's great. I love it.
Yeah. And I think like Tissanah sees it and it's like, oh my god, you're beautiful. Like, you guys.
She's like, look how cute he looks.
Yeah. Like, I recognize those eyes anywhere. Oh, I love them.
If you're not already following us on social media, come follow us on TikTok or Instagram. We are there, Books and Booze Podcast. If you, whatever you're listening to us on, please follow, give us 5 stars, give us a comment. Anything is extremely, extremely helpful, and we're so appreciative, and we love you so much.
Yeah. Send it to all your friends.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Please.
Please. Oh my god, please. Please do it.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Toodaloo.
Toodaloo.